Hey all my Scruffians, and welcome to a new episode of Music Mondays, the music show where we talk about new music albums and crap like that on a Monday. I might change this to cartoons because I'm always filming in my car. I film every video in my car all the time. And the reason for it is because in quarantine I don't like filming in my house because I got everyone else in my house. So there's that. Yeah, I think there's like 2 videos you probably see in my bedroom. I think maybe 1. I don't recall. Anyway, we're not talking about where I film. We're talking about what I'm filming today. Toby Mac's not new, but it's like something I would keep losing because I kept getting weird thoughts on it. But we're talking about Toby Mac's newest little EP, I guess. I think is what it's classified as. The Lost Demos. Or maybe it's even, I think I'll call it one of his demos. Yeah, this is it's interesting. It comes in a time during quarantine where he's got plenty of time to finish songs, and it's he lost his son last year. I think it was in November, or was it December? He lost his son Truett, who was starting his own musical career. And you don't know much about it. I talked a lot about it, and I think it was my first single Sundays, or even my first Music Mondays. And I'll have an iCard up here. But one of these songs, because I didn't do it in order, listening to it, the first song, I think it's actually like the 6th or 5th one, Love of My Life, it came out in 2014, and like Toby Mac, you can listen to his music and tell what year it comes from, where he's progressed, because each album has a different sound, except for Portable Sounds and Welcome to Diversity. Those two are very similar in sound and tone, which they're actually one of my 2 favorite albums. But yeah, this one's I say each song has so different meanings, and honestly, I feel like this one is more or less talking about God, where he's like, my dark days, you're that spark of that light that I'm given. That my inspiration, or it could be his own wife. He could drink like a consolation, being like, oh hey, we're stuck together for this period of time, or not even that, because this song was written in 2014. So this is like also because he wrote another song, like he wrote like 2 songs on Eye on It, which came out in I think it was 2013, or no. Yeah, 2013, because I think This Is Not a Test came out in 2016. Because NF was on that album, because it was like right around when NF was getting really popular. But it's like, hey God, you love my life, such and such. You're the light in the darkness, you're something I get tired of. You can also be his wife, he's like, whenever in my dark days you're there, and cheer me up, and vice versa. I thought that was really neat. Gosh dang it, these flyers are in the way. But yeah, the second, or not even the second song, I'm just doing these out of order, whatever. What the heck. But the song is called Pool House. Came out, I think it was 2017. I'll have it all in the description, but whatever. But this song is interesting. It's, he's like, oh, we've had our breakups, we've had our mess ups. Again, I keep thinking it's talking about his wife, but no, it's him talking to God. There's stuff in my life that's happened where, where I wanted to walk away. But he's like, oh no, but I'm like the prodigal son. You're like that father. You saw me from a mile away. I came back to you crying, and you just came back like you let me in like nothing happened. And I wonder if it's also like his wife, because he's been. I commend the wives of musicians, because you got to deal with a lot. You got to deal with them performing almost every night, traveling across the country to other countries, to other states, and then there's all that temptation as well. Wait, Mrs. McKeon's got to be strong, because she's lost her son last year. Then he's been doing this solo since 2000s, and then he was with DC Talk, and I feel like this whole album's got a double meaning where he's talking to God and he's talking to his wife also. But of course, yeah, this would have happened before Truett's death. So I think these have been songs he's written, but they have that feel of what he's currently been writing now. I don't recall. Again, I haven't seen interviews to back up what I'm saying, so I will have to go watch those if I can find some, when they pop up. But yeah, when you say pool house, I just think like, oh, you've just been sleeping in the pool house, not the actual house. But it's more like him talking about forgiveness, where, we're gonna mix up, we're gonna break up with someone, but what if they give you that second chance and let you come back like the prodigal son, like acts like nothing ever happened? That's a lot to think about. And, it's lucky we have a God that, that can do that. I don't like thinking about that, but it's like, what if it wasn't that way? Well, because you got other indigenous countries where they're like, oh, we don't do this or God's gonna hate us. Like, I don't have to, if I screw up, I say something wrong, he's not gonna hold it against me, if you ask for forgiveness. And I'm not saying, ask forgiveness and go do the same exact thing. I'm saying, yes, forgiveness, learn from your mistake, be better. Just filming this is making me hungry. Rich is one of those songs that annoys with everyone. Because we're like, oh, we're gonna be millionaire. Like, every kid thinks they're gonna be a millionaire. Like, I'm gonna have this many cars, this much money, these many girls. And we took that childhood mentality and tweaked it, be like, make it, like, set goals. Be like, I want to have this money, as much money saved up at this time. At this time, I want to be in college. At this time, I want to be out of college. At this time, I want to have all my college debts paid off. At this point, I want to be married. And so on and so forth. Like, through life. Because riches come in many forms. They come in forms of money, materials, even work. Like, rich at work because you're top one. Experience. We all want to be rich in some aspect. Sometimes that's all they focus on, where they miss the actual things, which could benefit them in heaven, where they're rich in heaven and not on earth. It's like Toby's been like, I want to be rich, but not on earth. Because one day, I'll be gone. My music will fade. People won't remember me. Man, Toby can write some of these songs that impact your life, especially with this one. It's the song he wrote to his son, Truett, who died last year. I talked about earlier. I think this came out in 2016. Maybe it was 2017. But it was right when Truett had decided he wanted to start his own musical career. It was probably, he probably wanted to do this all on his own. And Toby's like, yeah, I understand when you're on your own. You don't want to be associated with me. You want to create your own fan base, your own feel of music, and not have anything of mine influence you. Like, he's like, oh no, I might have influenced your love and passion of music. I want to create that, that music. But you don't want to be another me. And don't be. Be yourself. Be the son I raised. Don't let others affect you. And you probably saw his son struggling to, not be his dad, be himself, and not be influenced by others. Drive-In's one of the songs where we all have that lull of drive where we're like, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to work anymore. But Toby, it's like, there are points in my career where I'm like, I want to stop. Because he's 50 something now. And he doesn't look 50, And his music's pretty good. Each album's I can listen to each one. Most of the time, like a lot of the time. But this album, or this song is like, I had my love of God and my inspiration driving me. Even though I might have driven people crazy, because there were times I wanted to quit, or others wanted to quit, I gave them a driver. They gave me that drive to keep going, to keep creating this music. Because people are always like, "Oh, your music, it influenced me this way." I think that's his drive, is that he knows that there are people out there, that give him this drive. And the last song on this list is the Fighting for Your Heart. I swear I've heard this one on the radio before. I think this is the one that did make it to the radio a bit before this even was released. But this song, it's like, honestly, I think this is the one that he was meaning to be sent to, like, to be for his wife. Because each album I've known, I think lasts like 2 or 3. I think I started with "Eye on It," where he's like thanking his wife through song, and not just in the credits of the album. He is like, be the last man standing for you. I'll always be there. I'm fighting for her heart, even through the hard times. God's the same way as well. He's fighting for our heart, for our salvation, through acts. Like, he might save you from an incident you might have, because he wants to show you something through that incident. Or he might want to, bring a person into your life. This song is also it's got that double meaning to it. Because we have a significant other fighting for us. One day they'll find us. And if you enjoyed this review, go and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at SourceWall Media Official, and at Captain Scruffybeard. The correct terms are at the front of the video, and I'll link down in the description. Get your own copy of this. It's on Amazon, but I'll link to the website where you can get it on the store. And I will see you all later. Stay bearded, stay faithful.
Yeah,